This might not be what you want to hear, but I have to tell you the truth. There are NPCs in Genshin that have more action in their love lives than most of you. Are you ready to feel more single than ever? Hey there travelers, my name's Ness. If you're like me and enjoy sticking your nose into everyone's business in Genshin, you may have noticed some of the romance floating around Liyue. From cheating boyfriends to unrequited love triangles, Liyue's got them all. But let's focus on a happier couple that Hoyoverse has been teasing us with for over a year now. Let's welcome our main characters of the day, the two Shnesnayan guards outside the Northland Bank. A quick story for the unfamiliar. The Northland Bank is a Shnesnayan bank located in Liyue Harbor that is run by the Fatui. Well, the person wearing a Fatui uniform refuses to confirm any direct ties to the Fatui, but if some of their clients include the Harbingers themselves, let's call a spade, shall we? The bank itself is a major location that you visit multiple times during the Archon quests, and there's also a small surprise on the second floor of the bank, which leads to the least exciting bank heist I've ever heard of.
Bruh.
And now it's time for our main character's grand appearance. Outside, the bank is guarded by two homesick guards, Vlad on the day shift and Nadia on the night shift. Talking to them both outside the bank and at the docks revealed just how homesick they are and how they've come to enjoy writing letters to each other. Nadia would often write letters back to her family in Shnesnaya and accidentally left a letter behind while changing shifts at the bank. Vlad, thinking that the letter was for him, wrote her reply. And this, my friends, is how our protagonists started writing letters to each other and have been keeping it up ever since. Our two lovers mirrored the sun and the moon. They know of each other's existence, but their paths would never cross. Or do they? The first meeting. During the first Lantern Rite Festival, way back in version 1.3, the two of them meet for the first time. They don't actually recognize each other as their respective pen pals, but they do mention that talking to each other feels nostalgic. It's almost as if they're back in Shnesnaya. The cutest part of their first meeting though is where they met. Whenever they're not working, because, obviously NPCs don't actually need to eat or sleep. They'll stand at the docks to watch the boats sail in and out of the port. Even without knowing each other, they actually do similar things whenever they're not working. They're adorable. And you know what? They're even featured in the version 1.3 trailer. I don't think they're actually holding hands, but they're walking side by side enjoying the Lantern Festival together. Hoyoverse has truly been teasing us with this couple for ages now. And even though I knew they appeared in the trailer, I missed them during my first watch through because I was too distracted by the other cameos in the trailer. Truly hidden in plain sight. Well done, Hoyoverse. The second meeting. In version 2.1, Liyue celebrated the Moonchase festival. It's related to the celebration of the Chinese traditional Mid-Autumn Festival, also known as the Mooncake Festival. Many Asian communities around the world celebrate it by praying to the moon, having family reunions, lighting lanterns, and most importantly, in my humble yet greedy opinion, snacking on mooncakes. In Genshin, the Moonchase Festival is actually a number of festivals that have been unified by Rex Lapis to honor and commemorate Moonchase. He is the god of the stove and patron god of the soil who sacrificed his divine power to protect Liyue Harbor from disaster and plagues thousands of years ago. He's also Goba, Xiangling's little helper. Bless that spicy little panda thing. But that's enough of a history lesson. I'm pretty sure I already hear some of you complaining. During Moonlight Merriment, an event during the Moonchase Festival in Genshin, Vlad invited Nadia on a date. Originally, his plan was to enjoy dinner at a famous restaurant, but everything was fully booked due to the festival. That's what happens when you don't talk to the locals or pay attention to the events around you, Vlad. Of course, everything is gonna be fully booked if the theme of the festival is gourmet food.
Bruh.
Thankfully, Nadia, who's a lot less sarcastic than I am, told him it was alright and that moon gazing was also a perfect festival date. Bless her heart. The third meeting. Now, in version 2.4, Liyue celebrated Genshin's second Lantern Rite Festival. I'm gonna be honest, the Lantern Rite Festival is probably one of my favorite events / festivals in Genshin. Everything's bright and beautiful and well decorated, plus it draws plenty of parallel to Chinese New Year celebrations. As a Chinese person myself, Chinese New Year is probably one of the biggest events we celebrate, and it's something I always look forward to. Now, back to Vlad and Nadia. How exactly did they celebrate the festival while we were running around solving everyone's problems? Unfortunately, they don't actually have any special event dialogue while standing at the docks together. Instead, they have a separate special dialogue that will only occur after the fireworks display while they're on their shift. I don't actually have footage of this special dialogue outside the bank, but here the two of them are standing next to each other, seemingly not acknowledging each other. That's cold. During the night, Nadia wishes that she could watch the fireworks with him and is thinking about inviting him to watch the fireworks together in her next letter. During the day, Vlad wishes that he could watch the fireworks with Nadia once more before he returns to Shnesnaya. They actually do meet up to enjoy the festival together again. During the cutscene animation, the two of them are shown to be meeting up for another date front and center. So it seems like they did get to enjoy the fireworks together. There seems to be a trend where their relationship only evolves during major festivals in Liyue Harbor. We have only celebrated 3 major festivals so far. The next festival we celebrate might be months away. So, how does their relationship evolve from here? Vlad has mentioned his wish to return to Shnesnaya multiple times and has even sent an application of transfer to headquarters. His normal dialogue seems to imply that his application has been approved and it's simply a matter of time before he is transferred back home. On the other hand, while Nadia is also homesick, she hasn't mentioned anything about returning home in any of her dialogue lines. I suppose then, in the worst case scenario, they'll have to be in a long distance relationship. Maybe we'll even meet them in Shnesnaya and they'll still be together. I wouldn't say it's uncommon for Hoyoverse to separate couples, although this would probably be the first case of couples being in entirely separate regions. What I really wish for though is for them to properly confess their feelings for each other. Maybe it's just me being a hopeless romantic, but I really want their romance to thrive and blossom. We need more cute and wholesome NPC stories in Genshin, damn it. What do you think about their story? Do you think they'll be able to have a happy relationship together? Let me know in the comments below. Stay spicy and Godspeed, traveler.